Hey fellow YouTubers and diggers out there, welcome to part 4 of restoring the Bayliner. So I've been getting some work done and I got my brother in town to help me out just a little bit while he's here, and we're going to try to get this thing running, so stick around. Alright, we've got the proper hardware on and we'll tighten the carburetor down, and carburetor's good to go. Then we'll move on to more important things like the belt and the fuel pump filter. Well, before we put the fuel pump filter back together, there's an extra gasket right here that goes with it. Now this goes on the block. Now the guy told me that he used to smell gas, so to check the pump. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace this in case the other ones eat up. And that way I know all the gaskets and the filter are new. It's only 2 bolts, so it shouldn't be much trouble. Well, we decided to go ahead and pull the mechanical fuel pump off so we could clean it up and make sure that we got all the gaskets replaced correctly. There's an extra gasket in the package, and we want to make sure that we get that in the right place if it requires it. I think it does, or they wouldn't sell it with the kit. So that's what we're going to do now. Well, picked up a gasket that fits the fuel pump, and looks like it's made of some type of cardboard. It's just basic gasket. This is what we're replacing. As you can see, there's nothing really much left of that. And this here is a Bakelite type gasket that goes on. So these 2 here on the pump should prevent any fuel leakage at all. Underneath here, we're going to hold up on here. We've taken this bracket out right here, and we're going to put the alternator belt on, and then we're almost home. Alright, stick around. Got to take the spacer off so we can get the alternator belt around the alternator and the pump. Once we do this, we'll be able to get it in there. Alright, in order to get the belt on, had to take this pulley off right here. And it wasn't hard, just 4 bolts and a little pry in it, and it just popped right off. So now I have enough clearance to get the belt in there so we can get the alternator and water pump belt on. So we're going to do that now. Well, one thing I've learned from trying to restore my first boat ever is that you want to keep all your receipts for parts that you buy. This here is the 3rd belt. The first one, which they claim was the correct belt, was too big. The second one, we got bad information off the internet. It was too small. So I said, okay, this is Goldilocks moment. I'm gonna have to get one that's right in between, just right. This one here comes out to be about 38 inches. So we should be able to get this one on, and that'll complete most of the major stuff. Then we just top off the fluids, run some water through it, put the gas in it. We're gonna try to get it started. Well, I finally got the right belt. I actually had to go back a 4th time and get a 40-inch belt. Now the original belt said that it was 39.5 inches. It was way too big. The alternator would not adjust out enough to tighten it up. So I'm thinking the belt was in the wrong packaging. So I went to a 36.5, too small. 38, too small. This one here was going to fit. I'm putting the block back in, the spacer block with the 2 bolts down there. I'm going to tighten them up, then I'm going to tighten up the alternator, and everything should be ready to go. I've been hitting it with a little bit of degreaser. I'm going to kind of hose it down, try to get some of the junk off of it before I start it. Just don't want a lot of smoke coming off of it when it gets warmed up. Got water running to the lower unit. Got gas in the tank. Everything's connected. I might want to remove this. Cleaned it up a little bit. Now it's time to see if she can fire up for the first time since I've had her. Cross your fingers, y'all. Hey guys, Digologist with you here. Well, I've been working on this Bayliner for a few weeks, just messing around with it mostly. But got everything in, carburetor on, fuel filter change, and a new gasket, new belt, and all the fluids topped off, and she's ready to go. Tried starting it, wasn't having no problem, no fire, wouldn't fire up. And this being my first boat, I decided to look on YouTube for some videos, and here was the culprit. The kill switch. Boat don't run, boat does run. Boat don't run, boat does run. I'm going to show y'all that it'll fire up now. Here we go. Woohoo! Success! Seems to have an idling problem going up and down, but I'm going to figure that out. But we have a running boat. Seems to be leveling off. Spoke too soon. Idling back up. Alright guys, thanks for joining in. And go mess around with the idle, get it idling properly, check everything else out. So join me next Wednesday for another Restoring the Bayliner. Thanks for tuning in.